Before you upload a single financial statement into AI, you need to stop. AI is not a mind reader. It doesn't know your business, your goals, your risk tolerance, or your constraints unless you tell it clearly. And most people get bad answers from AI, not because the technology is weak, but because the setup is super sloppy and they don't take their time where they need to. This episode is about building the foundation, not fixing anything yet, not optimizing yet, and not scaling yet. We're setting the stage so AI can actually tell you the truth about your business. Because clarity doesn't start with the numbers, it starts with the context. Welcome back to the Heartbeat of Money. I'm Jon P. Moffitt, and before you chase capital, before you expand, before you hire, before you add an AI into your finance or operation, there's a step most business owners skip, and that is reflection. Reflection on where you've been. Reflection on the data, not on the emotion. You cannot improve what you refuse to examine. And in 2026, lenders, investors, and regulators, they're no longer funding potential. They're actually going to fund preparedness. So let's get you prepared. Let's take a moment, let's reflect, and let's get you ready. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to open a chat GPT, and I want you to create a new project. Name it something like 2026 Business Readiness, and then your company name. This is not a one-off chat. This is a standing advisor you're going to build over the next 7 episodes that we're going to dive into. So don't upload your financials yet. Don't put any other data or attach anything into it yet. First, we have to teach the AI who you are, who your business is. And so start with this prompt. I'm going to give it to you verbatim. I'm also going to put all of this in the body of the YouTube video so you have it. You are now a long-term business analyst. This is what you're going to type in, partner. So let me say that again. You're now my long-term business analyst partner. Before reviewing financials, ask me the critical questions needed to understand my business, my industry, my operational model, my revenue stream, my customer type, and my strategic goals over the next 24 to 36 months. Now, when this comes back, you need to answer those questions, but answer them honestly. Don't be optimistic. Don't be defensive. Just be real clear and precise in your answering, because accuracy matters more than confidence. Then use the second prompt. Okay. Based on my answers, summarize what success looks like for this business, including growth, goals, lifestyle constraints, risk tolerances, capital needs, and exit considerations. Highlight any areas where my goals, my conflicts with each other, they might not match up. And you know what? This is where most business owners that I've met get uncomfortable. They start to dive into this. Just let that roll off. Just take a moment and really just let this help you. Because sometimes what we say, when we say we want growth, but we've built a lifestyle business, sometimes we say we want freedom, but we've designed dependence. Sometimes we say we want capital, but we hate the structure. And that discomfort is clarity forming. You're going to start to really see where you're at. And the data is just factual. So you got to take the emotion out of it. Now, use this third prompt. This is important. So without using financial data, I want you to assess this business' current strategic readiness across leadership, operations, people, systems, and compliance. Identify likely pressure points that financials may later confirm or contradict one another. Now, I want you to take a moment. This is not about AI. This is about honesty. If you lie to the system, guess what? The system's going to lie back to you, but it might do it politely. unless you instruct it to be very direct, which sometimes is fun. Now, and you only know, we bring the numbers in. Upload the last 24 months of your financials into the same project. At a minimum, that means your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet. If you have more information, load it in. If you have them, include them. Cash flow statements, debt schedule, and guess what? Don't explain them. Don't justify them, and absolutely do not defend them. Let the data speak for itself. And this is where the tool really starts to come into effect. This is not a fixing exercise. This is not an optimization exercise. This is an observation. And I want you to use this prompt, okay? Review these financials as a natural analyst. Summarize what this reveals about this business, how this business has operated over the past 12 to 24 months. Include profitability patterns, cash flow behaviors, and financial consistencies. And do not recommend any changes yet. Then follow it up with this prompt, okay? So based on these financials alone, what story do they tell you about decision-making, priorities, and trade-offs in the business? Identify trends without assessing blame. And then this final one, okay? Are you ready? Identify indicators of financial stability and indicators of financial strain in these statements. Highlight areas that are resilient in areas and the other ones that appear fragile without suggesting any fixes. It's very important. When you read those responses, don't react, okay? Don't rationalize it. Don't explain why these things happen, and don't jump ahead. I want you to take 5 minutes. Put a timer on. Take 5 minutes. Most business owners have never actually seen their business. They've only felt it. So this is an exercise to see it, to see the data. Now, I want to tell you something. You've done something that most business owners never do. And with this new tool out there, a lot of them are scared of it. They don't want to put their information in it. They don't want to use it. But I can tell you this. If you're going to go frame a house, do you want to use an old hammer or do you want to use a nail gun? And you want to use a nail gun with a hose or you want to use a nail gun with a battery? It's just a tool. AI is just a tool, but it's only as good as you make it. Okay, so taking your time and setting it up right in this project is really important, especially for the next 7 episodes that we're going to go through. Now, you've given your AI context, you've given it history, and you've created clarity. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about why AI doesn't fix chaos. Guess what? It amplifies it. Now, how financial clarity determines whether AI becomes a competitive advantage or a liability in 2026 is what we're going to dive into. Because capital doesn't reward hustle anymore. It rewards preparedness. So if this episode hit home, I want to thank you for listening. This is the Heartbeat of Money. I'm Jon P. Moffitt. And like I always say, I encourage you, if you'd like to schedule a call with me and do a deep dive or even a brief call to go over some of your financials and the direction that you should go, jump on the link in the body of the text here. And I look forward to seeing you on next episode.